Press conference of the day. Joining us from left to right, Mark Mulder, three-time champion. In the center, Steph Curry, 2023 and co-defending champion since we missed him last year. And on the right, the great Joe Pavelski. Gentlemen, welcome aboard. Thank you for being here this afternoon. Why don't we talk a little bit first with our co-defending champion, Steph, back in Tahoe after a great Paris, man. What a thrill that was for everybody. It had to have been for you too. So welcome back to Tahoe.
Thank you very much. It's great to be back. American Century has always done an amazing job putting on a great tournament, a great vibe. The energy out here is ridiculous. I missed it last year. Happy to be back. A lot of great players, like we all know, and come tomorrow just having fun, enjoying the experience, and the course is great. I don't know about my game. We'll find out, and we'll keep it moving.
All right. Mark, three-time champion, and you're the only guy here that's won this 3 years in a row. So what's it feel like to be back now?
Well, it's great to be back. I mean, it's been quite a few years, though. That's the problem. So I got to try and change that up a little bit. But, everything changes tomorrow. It really doesn't matter how a lot of us play yesterday, today. Tomorrow when the lights go on, you got to show up and you got to make some birdies. And it's with the Stableford. We saw with him 2 years ago. It's just points. Sometimes the score isn't as important. 9 birdies, 9 bogeys is 27 points. 18 pars is 18 points. So same score, but you gotta accumulate.
Steph, you had 4 eagles in your victorious 2023 title run. I think that's the record for the most in a single tournament here. And 3 of them were for 8 points, and 1 of them was for 10. You want to talk about that one for 10?
I think it was 6 and 8, but just the idea of, like Mark said, you got to have some fireworks going. You can't really get too down on a bad hole, but you got to be aggressive. And for me to have, obviously the hole-in-one was crazy, and that was just an unreal, moment running down the 7th hole. Thankfully, I didn't hurt myself, but. Yeah, eagles, birdies, you got to go low. You got to attack some flags. You got to make some putts. It's like the best version of golf because you can be aggressive. And you feel like you're always in it. That's the fun part.
Joe, you've been in the hunt in this thing a couple times now. Now that you're retired, putting in a little bit more time on the golf course, you're one of the favorites of this event. So how are you looking at it? You won down in Florida back in January at the LPGA Tournament of Champions and the celebrity component of it. So how are you thinking about your chances this time around?
Yeah, I like them. I think other years I've come in, I've had expectations to be challenging and always come up a little short. So yeah, getting the win down in Florida was awesome. Definitely a little confidence boost there, and getting over the hump and kind of just knowing that you can beat these guys out here, because I've watched Mulder win 3 in a row. I've had a great view of Steph making a hole-in-one. A little too fast for me down the fairway. Wasn't going the whole distance. And then Marty's been Marty lately. So it played, he kind of came from behind on me the other couple weeks back in Portland. So you just know these guys have firepower. And for me, kind of having the first full year off, I've definitely played more. Living closer to golf courses now and playing, every other day, trying to grab the club daily, getting a little bit more practice. It's funny because you think your game should be better, and sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. So it's a game. It's the same thing what Mulder said. You get out there, and it's like, all right, we got to make some putts. You're going to have some lucks. You hit it in the fairway, you're going to have some good lucks, and kind of got to cash in on a few of them.
You guys all get along really well, and the other guys are too with Marty. And I know there's been a lot of talk this year, and Steph and Marty have been awful nice to each other, very polite. And I guess that changes tomorrow.
No, I'll be all smiles, but he's been FaceTiming me like every other day for the last 6 weeks.
I was with Marty playing in a par 3 tournament in Arizona, and all of a sudden we're walking down the fairway and we're talking to him. I'm like, what is happening right now?
He always is on a golf course. So yeah, like the camaraderie amongst all of us who've been here over a decade, and you understand the experience. Like, you want to have fun. It's great to see everybody because we all live all over the place, and you can bank on this week to kind of rekindle the friendships and all that. But we all know how to be competitive for sure. So you tap into that pretty quickly.
All right. right, why don't we open this up to the media folks? Dan, you want to start us off over there?
Sure. Hi, guys. Dan Hinksman. I do stories for the tournament. Steph, a couple for you, if I may. We saw a little video of you kind of making fun, I guess, of LeBron. I think you have
Rookie hazing.
Rookie.
He got his first few swings out there. I talked to him last week, and he told me how much fun he had. There's something to work with that swing, though. That's kind of what I was going for. He's got good bones and a good foundation that if he spends a little bit of time, probably gets a little bit of coaching, however much long he's playing on the court, he's got potential for sure. So I'm excited to see it.
Him being 6'7", don't see a whole lot of golfers that tall. Do you think he could play out here and maybe even be a competitor?
Out here? I mean, Charles plays, so probably.
And then also, can you clue us in what might be the family bet this year? Your brother's game is apparently much better.
He's more obsessed with the game than I am at this point, which is awesome to see. We have a little family dinner tonight, and we'll settle up the strokes and make sure the points for the stable for the right, so that if you win, you got to go earn it. And there'll be a lot of I'm sure back and forth, begging and pleading at dinner tonight. So we'll see where we end up.
And then just a comment, Joe. Now that you're retired, the teeth look great.
Most of the time.
Great
Hello.
comment.
I'm Brianna McDonald reporting for the San Francisco 49ers. Steph, I have a question for you. As a fellow Bay Area icon yourself, what's it like seeing other Bay Area athletes like George Kittle, Kyle Juszczyk, and Jerry Rice out there on the tournament?
It's great. We have a great fan base. We're a relatively short drive from the Bay, and a lot of fans come up. So to have the names you listed, Kittle, this is his first time. Zach LaVine's up there in Sacramento, so a lot of guys, in this area that are, in their respective sports, doing an amazing job representing all of the Bay and Northern California. So, putting on a show for the fans is a big part of this, and just having as much fun as possible.
Following up on that, out of Kittle, Kyle Juszczyk, and Jerry Rice, who do you think has the best golf game?
I actually can't answer that question. I haven't seen Juszczyk's and Kittle's game. I've seen Jerry for a long time, so I'm sure they have their own little trash talk going.
Thank you.
Dave?
Thank you, Phil. Dave Leonardi, Skier News and Always Upright Podcast. Mark, you had some great scores, an 82 when you won the first year, which up until last year was the second best scorer to win the tournament in Stableford. Marty snuck in with an 83 last year. And then your game kind of fell off. How are you feeling now about playing?
I'm getting older. I know where I used to hit it on some of these holes, and I don't hit it there anymore. It doesn't mean it's not straight. The course doesn't play long, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. But those years when I won it, I just had a lot more birdie chances, and I putted better. I mean, like they said, it's a putting contest. A lot of us can all hit it pretty good. This course doesn't play very long, so if you're putting the ball in the fairway, you're going to have a ton of birdie chances, and it's just who's going to make more of them. So I know a few years ago when I fell apart on the back nine, I should have won that year, to be honest. Then I lost in the playoff. That was with Joe, but that's the way it goes, man. We're not pros, so this game is incredibly difficult, and I'm very aware of that. So
That's why I don't play.
What's that? Yeah.
That's why I don't play.
Yeah, so I just try to enjoy it out there, man. My son's on the bag, so I'm here to have fun and go compete.
Being one of those little kids that used to floss on 17.
Oh, yeah, they're not little anymore.
Be careful. Steph, welcome back. Glad to see you. You had a 75 when you won a couple years ago. That was the highest you ever participated in with a score. Marty had 83 last year. How can you beat that?
Well, I think it's more so about just not losing it on the first day. I know it's not really positive thinking, but it's really, you can't win it on the first day, but you can definitely lose it. So just trying to stay in contention. Like, it doesn't matter if you have the lead or you just kind of want to be around, the top of the leaderboard after day one, just to kind of settle in and then see where you're at. It's fun. You can't predict what the winning score is. The greens are fast. You don't know if the wind's going to blow, all that type of stuff. So try not to get too ahead of yourself. I'm just trying to hit the first fairway tomorrow.
Well, good luck to both of you. And then to Joe, you were in third place, I believe it was, 2 years ago. Second place last year, so you're due to move up to number one. Now that you're retired and had all this time on a golf course.
Yeah, hope it's the year. Obviously, the year Steph won it was the first year I think an active athlete won in a long time. So.
Yeah, you had 59 points 2 years ago and 61 last year. No, you had better than 61 last year. That was Mulder. That was Mark. No,
yeah, so hopefully first year out, not playing, a little bit more time to practice and play. Hopefully it all comes together. But you want that chance at the end on Sunday.
Yeah, and as an aside, Steph, your best years of scoring were when you got knocked out of the playoffs a little too soon and had a little more practice time. So all three of you are ready to shine here and come in and be back on the podium tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday.
We need you on the drive range to give us a pep talk tomorrow. Yeah. Like you're really boosting our confidence right now.
No problem.
I absolutely love this. Can I borrow that note card after you're done?
That's why I get paid the big bucks to be here.
I'm sure we all appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
And that's why I don't play golf.
Thanks, Dave. We're going to have a couple questions. First, we've got a call from Allison on a Zoom call. Allison, jump in here, please.
Sure. Steph, this question's for you. When you discussed your post-NBA career plans, you said you may golf, get into broadcasting, or become an owner. How long do you sort of envision playing basketball for professionally?
I don't know. I'm just taking it 2 years at a time. That's all I have on my contract left. I hope to be in a situation where physically I have the choice, and it's not made for me. So I'm doing everything I can to stay limber, stay, active, and do what I do at a high level. So yeah, just trying to stay in the moment, see what happens in 2 years.
And a quick follow-up. There have been rumors that the Warriors are in the mix for free agent Al Horford. What would adding Al mean for this team?
He's a champion, a great player. When all that stuff happens, I'll talk about it.
All right. Thanks. Good luck out there.
Okay. Step on in.
Dan Evans, Sports Illustrated and the Dan's Golf World Show. I think one of the greatest things about this tournament is it brings folks from all walks of life together. And it really shows that golf has grown into so many different places and welcomes so many different people. But the topic out there is really about growing the game. And I know there's a big community of people that are maybe intimidated to get out there, try it, go hit some balls, book a tee time. I'd be curious to know if you guys have anything to share to some folks that are maybe considering dabbling in some golf, some words of encouragement that, maybe they might be welcomed if they didn't think so. Steph, we'll go to you first, and then maybe Mark and Joe, if you guys want to add as well.
I just say do it, jump in, and you have to be okay with being bad for a while. It's just kind of an egoless journey of, trying to get marginally better, hit it on the face a little bit more consistently. Just get out there and get the feeling of what a good shot feels like and keep on that search. It's one of the few things, Joe kind of mentioned it, where you can't necessarily work harder and automatically get better. It's just a test of patience. So, but don't, to your point about being intimidated, just jump in. It's the best way to figure it out.
Yeah, and I think just, it's hard not to get mad sometimes. We play and practice quite a bit, but it's nowhere near enough. The professionals that do it every day, they can get a little bit more, fired up over it. I don't think it's worth it for us because we haven't really put the time in to really know what we're doing at times.
Yeah, if you're a beginner, man, just go to a range, start hitting balls. And if you want, there is nothing better than going to play golf with four of you, with three buddies. It doesn't matter if you suck. It doesn't matter. Go have fun. Just don't play slow.
Boom.
Move on. Pick the ball up, throw it out in the fairway, go hit it again. But when you got people who top a ball and walk all the way back to their cart to get a different club when you're not that good of a golfer, it doesn't matter. Just hit the same club, Just hit it and move on. Go enjoy yourself.
Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, Luke Hooten with Golf Digest. I'm just curious, as professional athletes, if there's any part of the game that you went professional in that shows up in your golf swing when you're out on the course. If you have the same feels or thoughts or anything like that?
I think a big part of it's mental. If I'm playing good, I'm kind of like, all right, game's here. Like, commit to the shot and go hit another good one. It's just get to a new hole and don't worry about the hole in front of you. It's hit this shot and go from there. I think the mental side of it's pretty important. Otherwise, you're just the little details of the game, alignment, and those. Try to dial those in when you can, and then figure it out. But you get in the course, you get some different lies, some trees. Just the different angles and wind, it's tough. So you just try to put a good swing on it.
I think I'm a career like 43% three-point shooter. It might feel like I don't miss, but I do 57% of the time. So like, what do you do on the next shot? That's how you tap into. If I miss a three and I get it back, like I got the same or if not more confidence that the next one's going in. So if you miss a drive or miss a putt or whatever the case is, like how quickly can you move on to the next shot? And you do it at the highest level in your professional sport. To Joe's point, expectation management, you should be able to do that out here.
Yeah, it's having the short memory. If I gave up a homer, what good is it to get mad about it? It's done with. Get another ball from the ump and go make a pitch. And it's the same way on the golf course. You hit a ball in the trees, it's an opportunity to go hit a good shot. So embrace it, and having that short memory helps.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Hello, my name is Liam Shabazz, and I'm with the Muslim Journal and Crescent Sports Media. And this is more of thank you, Steph, for founding with the MGA underage program that you did this year and last year. Could you speak a little bit about that?
Repeat it. The what? Sorry.
The underage.
The underrated?
Yeah, underrated.
Oh yeah, that's been such a unbelievable journey of giving back to the grassroots level of sports. We started in basketball. We're big in golf now. Doing about 5 underrated tour stops across the country, 2 over in Europe. So expanding across the pond, bringing some amazingly talented young men and women between 13 and 18 who. Are from either underprivileged or minority backgrounds, and giving them equity access and opportunity to the game of golf. Like for me, it's just getting clubs in people's hands early, but these kids are super talented and they deserve an opportunity to play at the highest level while also giving them the tools and the resources and the skill sets to be their best self on and off the course. And we're seeing a lot of benefits so far and a lot of opportunity that's been created for these kids. And we're super excited to give them and their families a first-class experience. So it's a passion project and hopefully be around for a long time.
Well, the Muslim community really want to thank you. MGA, Muslim Group Association, Golf Association, Amir Malik said thank you very much. And because a lot of people don't thank Muslim golf, but we do.
Okay, let's get it to the last question here. Here we go.
Brian Greenwald, FolsomTimes.com. The celebrity golf tournament as a whole has become such a family event, and tons of kids and families that make this a yearly trip. You all 3 of you are dads. You all have kids. You kind of, have seen your kids grow up. Some of them at this tournament, like Mark with your kid on the bag. Talk for just a second, if you could, each maybe about how being a father and having a kid affects how you are able to, be an incredible athlete on the course. But then when you put the club in the bag, being able to interact with the kids and the fans and make this such an incredible experience.
I think for me, man, my kids have grown up at this tournament. I mean, they were really little. The first few years I was here. It's some of the best family memories, the trip here every year. My kids were little when I won it those 3 years, and I've joked with you guys before, the year or 2 after I won, my daughter goes, "Where are we going?" I said, "We're going to the American Century." She goes, "Is that where we run out on the green at the end?" I said, "Well, I hope so," and that hasn't happened in a while. So I'm trying to give that back to them. But being a dad now that my oldest son plays golf, I mean, there's so many lessons to be learned. It's pretty incredible that I can share that with him. My other 2 kids play a little bit. We play a lot in the summer times, but I just love every minute of it. this experience, being so fortunate to play in this tournament and have them around here. Pro-Am days, they hit shots out on the course. I used to bring their little clubs, put them in my bag, things like that, so they could hit shots on 17. Now they're all big enough, they just use my club. So there's a lot of good family memories that have happened here at the American Century.
It's all perspective, like core memories for your kids, for you. For me, like I'm a father and a son. My dad's here, my brother's here. So we're still creating those memories, through golf and being able to share, this week together. When I went 2 years ago, my son got to come out. The running on the green experience was hilarious. And the first thing, he said, "Did we win?" He had no idea what was going on. I'm like, "Yeah, we won, all right." And he did like a little fist bump and then forgot it about 10 seconds later. So it's all just amazing to give them one, like even just the nature out here, like just be outside, be around this type of energy is special. Golf does that. Whoever said it brings so many different people together. And you see all the parents who are getting their kids' experiences, outside the ropes. Like that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the best descriptions you said with this tournament is the family environment. And Wednesday this year, you're like, there's no way there was this many people here last year. Like, it's packed, and Thursdays even more, and it just builds every year. And to be able to share that, I think Nate, my son, it's his second year coming. He's 14 now, and he's just, the Pro-Ams, he's like, I'm just itching to hit a shot. Let me hit a shot. And so it's fun to be a part of. We've played as much golf as we ever have together this summer so far, and so he'll be following us around, and it's great. Like the first time he was here, we're playing with Steph, and he's walking with the security guys and inside the ropes and loving every part of it, and it's those experiences. So it's fun. We're going out on the boat after this wraps up here, and we're gonna have some more memories.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Gentlemen, we thank all three of you. Wish you all the best of luck over the next 3 days. Have a lot of fun. And thank you for being here.